Hello and welcome to an hour of. This is your host Amal Ben Hamouda. Thank you for joining us today in our very first podcast. An hour of is the show where we speak, listen, and even think in English for 90 minutes straight. Joining me today, I've got here on my left the ladies, Farah and Afif. Hello, girls.
Hi, Amal. Hi.
How you doing?
All good. How are you?
I'm great. Perfect day.
Yes.
Yes,
A bit hot, but
definitely.
it's fine.
Yes. I've got here on my right the only man in the gang, Mehdi. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Why am I second, actually?
Sorry?
Should be first to be presented.
Yes, sorry. Well,
Ladies
yes. But we go with, ladies first.
Like
yeah.
the protocol.
Yes, the protocol goes that way. So I just wanted to ask you guys, how do you feel about being part of the very first English podcast in non-profit radio? How does it feel? So we start with the ladies, yeah.
Well, it's an honor, and I'm so excited. It's something new. We're gonna try. I hope people listen, and I hope they enjoy it.
Same in here. Actually, it's a great opportunity to be here, and surely with you and with the band, and I'm sure we can do something of a great addition to the radio and to the whole program objectives. Let's say.
Definitely.
Same for me. I
Yeah.
guess it's gonna be really entertaining and quite fun for everyone.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining me today. Right now we're gonna go to a song and we'll get back to you.
Yeah. That's just for fun. I'm not one to stick around. One strike and you're out, baby. Don't care if I sound crazy, but you never let me down. No, no. That's why when the sun's up, I'm staying. Still laying in your bed singing. Ooh, 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 ooh. Got all this time on our hands. Might as well cancel our plans. Yeah. I could stay here for a lifetime. So lock the door and throw out the key. Can't fight this no more. It's just you and me, and there's nothing I can do. I'm stuck with you, stuck with you, stuck with you. So go ahead and drive me insane, baby. Run your mouth. I still wouldn't change being stuck with you, stuck with you, stuck with you. I'm stuck with you, stuck with you, stuck with you, baby.
There's nowhere we need to be. No, no, no. I'ma get to know you better. Kinda hope we're here forever. There's nobody on these streets. If you told me that the world's ending, ain't no other way that I can spend it. Oh, 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 oh. Got all this time in my hands. Might as well cancel our plans. I could stay here forever. So lock the door and throw out the key. Can't fight this no more. It's just you and me, and there's nothing I can do. I'm stuck with you, stuck with you, stuck with you. So go ahead and drive me insane, baby. Run your mouth. I still wouldn't trade being stuck with you, stuck with you, stuck with you. I'm stuck with you, stuck with you, stuck with you. Whoa, baby, come take all my time.
Go on, make me lose my mind.
We got all that we need here tonight.
I
The door.
and throw out the key. Can't fight this no
Can't
more.
fight this no more.
It's just you and me, and there's nothing
Nothing I'd rather do.
I'm stuck with you, stuck with you,
Stuck with you.
So go ahead and drive me insane, baby. Run your mouth. I still would.
Welcome back. This is your host Amal, and you are hearing an hour off. We will go straight away to Farah with trending and hilarious.
Trending and hilarious.
What have you prepared for us today?
Well, I just prepared some funny news. I hope you like it. I'll start with this kind of news that is really hilarious. The doctors remove mobile phone charger from a man's bladder. What happened is there is a 13-year-old man went to the hospital after complaining of abdominal pain last week. The doctor initially performed an X-ray where they found a 2-foot, which means 60.9 centimeter phone charger in the man's bladder. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Did you like
That's
swallow
true.
it?
I think he swallowed it.
Can just imagine that.
Yeah. So what they decide is they actually performed the surgery to kind of remove it. It's crazy. And the guy actually had a history of swallowing phone chargers and AirPods, etc. So
So he's passionate about that thing.
yeah, I think
It's really weird.
Yeah.
It's
the first time I'm hearing this.
Yeah. Another story that I found, and it's actually hilarious. Thieves, they just returned stolen money. In Pakistan, they stole money from a delivery guy. But when this guy started to cry and,
Who would think?
yeah, he was like shocked, etc. These thieves actually felt guilty and they gave him back his money.
Oh.
Yeah, and actually one of them hugged him and yeah, and
I would do that definitely.
and they shook his hand and calmed him down, and they went their ways. Honestly, it's I think they are thieves with morals. I think.
Yeah, I love that.
Can we find this in Tunis?
Yeah, let's hope that.
Yeah.
That's all we have in here.
That's all we have in here.
Of course,
Yeah, people with morals. Yeah.
Yeah. Another a story that I found, but it's not quite hilarious. It's actually sad. There is this 23 years old Chinese boy. I hope I spell his name right. His name is Zhang Tang. I swear
Okay.
to God, yeah, that's his
Like
name.
the, like the think tank thing.
Yeah, I hope I said his name right. So he was listening to music when his right AirPods exploded in his ear.
Is it that famous brand? We're not allowed to say brands here, but is
Yeah.
it that famous brand that we all know?
Exactly, that's the
All
one.
right.
That's
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah. I hope he listened to good music at least.
Yeah.
Worth it.
I hope the last thing he heard was a good music.
Yeah, the victim of the good music at least.
Yeah.
I really don't
Of the
think
bad
that was his last
quality.
wish.
I really on
Yeah.
his bucket list. Yeah, listening to the good music. Yeah.
Yeah, we always listen to music via AirPods, so I think we need to be careful next time. We don't listen too much. I don't know.
Easy,
Yeah.
no more music. That's it.
No more music. Yeah.
No more live.
Another story, it happened actually in India. I went to Asia right now. A group of Indian family went to visit a COVID-19 patient who was breathing barely with an artificial breathing machine. What happened that during the visit, they felt so hot because of those, gears they had to wear.
Yeah.
What they do is they accidentally take off the plug of
From the
his
patient.
from his artificial machine, breathing machine, and they and they plugged the air conditioner in the
Yeah,
plug.
Much more important, yeah.
Yeah.
much more
So they can actually.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
I was just thinking about the guy. What happened to him?
It actually, he actually died.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's horrible. Honestly,
That's
it's horrible.
why it's advised not to visit people and they are just sick with COVID-19.
Yeah.
In any case.
Never smart.
Never
Never
smart.
smart.
Plugging them with air conditioner plug.
Yeah.
Or don't touch just any medical equipment, I guess.
Yeah, don't go to visit at all. Come on, man. He's in a
In all
serious
cases,
condition.
don't go to visit.
Yeah, and those are my trending and hilarious news. I give the word to Amal.
Trending and hilarious.
Thank you so much, Farah. And now we're gonna go with a quick song, and we will be back.
I was Cleopatra. I was young and an actress when you knelt by my mattress and asked for my hand. But I was sad you asked it as I laid in a black dress with my father in a casket. I had no plans. And I left the footprints, the mud stain on the carpet, and it hardened like my heart did when you left town. But I must admit it, that I would marry you in an instant. Damn your wife, I'd be your mistress just to have you around. But I was late for this, late for that, late for the love of my life. And when I die alone, when I die alone, die I'll be on time. And while the church discouraged any lust that burned within me, yes, my flesh, it was my currency, but I held true. So I drive the taxi, and the traffic distracts me from the strangers in my backseat that remind me of you. But I was late for this, late for that, late for the love of my life. And when I die alone, when I die alone, when I die I'll be on time. The only gifts from my Lord were birth and a divorce. But I've read this script and the costume fits, so I play my part. I was clean with Petra, I was taller than the rafters, but that's all in the past, love, gone with the wind. And now a nurse in white shoes leads me back to my guest room. It's a bed and a bathroom and a place for the end. I won't be late for this, late for that, late for the love of my life. And when I die alone, when I die alone, die I'll be on time.
Only the best.
Pour the petrol can around this caravan and watch the flames take all you own. There's a girl who understands like the back of her two hands, and she's all you need to know. 'Cause you search for years but you lose everything you find. There's braille for the deaf and a signpost for the blind. There's heaven for the cruel, but the devil waits for the kind. Follow the blackbird home through the early winter snow. Your footprints track you through the grass, and you ache just to smell her clothes and her cooking down on the stove. You see her face in everyone you pass, 'cause you search for years but you lose everything you find. There's braille for the deaf and a signpost for the blind. There's heaven for the cruel, but the devil waits for the kind. And you walk down to her window and press your face against the glass, only to find that she is happy in his arms. 'Cause you search for years, but you lose everything you find. There's braille for the deaf and a signpost for the blind. There's heaven for the cruel, but the devil waits for the kind.
Shadows fill an empty heart as love is fading from all the things that we are but are not saying. Can we see beyond the scars and make it to the dawn? Change the colors of the sky and open up to the ways you made me feel alive, the ways I loved you, for all the things that never died, to make it through the night. Love will find you. What about now? What about today? What if you're making me all that I was meant to be? What if our love never went away? What if it's lost behind words we could never find? Baby, before it's too late. What about now? Sun is breaking in your eyes. Start a new day. This broken heart can still survive with the touch of your grace. Shadows fade into the light. I am by your side where love will find you. What about now? What about today? What if you're making me all that I was meant to be? What if our love never went away? What if it's lost behind words we could never find? Baby, before it's too late. What about now? Now that we're here, now that we've come this far, just hold on. There is nothing to fear, for I am right beside you for all my life. I'm yours. What about now? What about today? What if you're making me all that I was meant to be? What if our love never went away? What if it's lost behind words we can never find? What about now? What about today? What if you're making me all that I was meant to be? What if our love never went away? What if it's lost behind words we could never find? Baby, before it's too late. Baby, before it's too late. What about now?
Welcome back. This is an hour off, and we are always talking about the negative impact of social media in our lives. And today, Afif will explain to us their effects and how we're gonna prevent these effects from happening to us. In Cheers to Your Life.
Cheers to your life.
Yeah, absolutely. So today's topic is about social media indeed, Amal, and its impact on our lives, especially the impact that it's bringing on the youth generation and the effects they end up experiencing on their mental health and social behavior. So before delving into the latest social media channels development, we need to define first of all the term social media. Often we use it to refer to web-based sites where people gather to socialize, such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. However, not all online platforms that allow users to interact can be called social media. So people with common interests turn to online forums to share or seek information, much like on any other social network. Actually, no one refers to these platforms like social media. So social media comes in many shapes and forms, as I said, and we have so many people connected to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, which enable, which we all do actually.
Are you serious about this?
Addiction, it's our addiction.
Which enable relationship building, whether on the personal or the professional levels. We have media sharing networks like Instagram and Snapchat, which people use to capture and share like their precious moments of life. Then we have those discussion forums like the Quora, the Reddit. They are not very famous in Tunisia, as a matter of fact, which, unlike general online forums, they allow their users to follow other people. So this essentially makes them social networks. As a matter of fact, no one can deny the importance of connectivity on the various channels of these social media. Almost everyone today has a smartphone. It stays connected for long hours on their accounts, various accounts. Exactly. And we are checking on our phone eventually every couple of hours, if not every couple of minutes even.
Every couple of seconds.
So I know this can go hilarious, especially if we find that people can stay connected the whole day, can get distant from their close persons, their family members, just to be closer to their phones in a corner, at their corner of the house. Here I would highlight that the latest statistics confirm that with over 2.6 billion monthly active users as of the first quarter of 2020, Facebook is the biggest social network worldwide actually. So meanwhile, to remind that within the third quarter of 2012, the number of active Facebook users surpassed 1 billion, making it the first social network ever to do so. So the thing is, staying connected in our own schooner, feeling cozy in our pajamas, yet we found ourselves sometimes flying into the Maldives following the trip of one of the unknown international stars, just following in his Instagram account, or ending up witnessing an interesting skydiving experience with other popular group of athletes, makes the connection to this virtual world even stronger, but scary as a matter of fact. The fact of the depending too much on this word is indeed killing slowly the real aspect of a human life. So thanks to social media, so many cases of corruption, injustice and abuse were revealed, and the ones found guilty were classified by a compassionate audience to be facing an ultimate punishment of their deeds. Here we found social media in a way supporting the culture of fighting for the right of living and the right of being treated all equally and in a respectful way. And here I would cite a very important incident. I'm sure you all heard about of it. I mean the incident of George Floyd, the Black American who was killed on May 25th of 2020 and in Minnesota, United States of America, during an arrest for allegedly using a counterfeit bill by white cops. This could have gone silent, as a matter of fact, but the filming of the crime made the topic of racism and the old history of segregation between blacks and whites coming back to the surface, and it went viral not only in the United States of America but also worldwide.
It's a global movement right now.
Exactly,
it's worldwide.
Exactly, worldwide.
Monuments.
The hashtags are
in
everywhere.
France, in Spain, in United Kingdom, even in Asia, even in Tunisia, they made lately.
Yes, I
in
saw
front
it.
of the
it was a peaceful
theater.
Yeah.
Manifestation against what's happening.
Yeah.
So my question is, what would happen if this weren't filmed by someone and published on social media? Nobody would have known about it, and George Floyd will be forgotten forever.
Yeah,
of course.
Even in Tunisia, we had similar cases where filming an incident, be it important or trivial, would bring light to it, and the excessive sharing on it will make media talking about it, and this will be bringing it into a public matter opinion. What I have to mention here is that also in Tunisia we have the culture of Facebook, but we don't have the culture of Twitter. So don't you agree with that?
Don't use Twitter.
No.
Exactly.
I never had any.
I never
Yeah,
had it.
I tried
have
it
one.
once actually, and I tried tweeting, but I found nobody responding like on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
It's
don't
a
have
little
that
bit, yeah.
culture.
Which is unlike what's happening in European countries or USA or
Yeah.
Canada or even the Middle Eastern countries. Twitter is
definitely.
very
It's a culture thing.
yeah. It's the new trend on social media actually.
The
So
only Twitter I follow is Donald Trump's.
yeah, he's very famous on that. I'm coming
That's
back
the only
to him.
Twitter I see, and I just try to check every day. Because
Did you see last time he was attacking on social media and I don't know what happened and then he
They
was
blocked
tweeting
him.
and then Twitter is going to prevent you Donald
Yes,
Trump because
yes.
you were just being offensive to us.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
hilarious.
And all, yeah.
So, in this regard, I want to say that, for example, if a politician here or a prime minister or even a president would like to say something, he would just go to his official
Of
Facebook
course.
page and publish it.
Like the
However,
Minister of
Ex-
Health here in Tunisia.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, to his a private account, not even the
Yes.
official page of the Ministry of Health. Nevertheless, worldwide we see the tweets of the American President Trump or Macron, the French president, or even the
Yes.
president of the World Health Organization in the context of COVID-19, tweeting about what is relevant to announce. Then we found international media channels just running to quote their tweets and commenting on them in debate shows, even. So this is the culture. The conclusion that I can make, and maybe you can agree with me on that, social media is very
I
important.
will agree on anything you say.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, darling. Social media is very important in our lives and very reliable by people everywhere in this globe. Yet, as it is a double-sided weapon, it has some effects on the lives of people, especially the ordinary people who find themselves addicted to following many public figures, actors, media anchors, football players, Instagrammers. So they find themselves like all the time following their stories and their publication. This was highlighted by many experts in the field of social media and sociology, psychotherapists, who confirmed that staying attached to what is displayed on social media can ruin the real lives of those addicted to this word.
Yeah.
So, social media, use it wisely and don't get addicted to it in a scary way. Remember, you have a real life that is waiting for you to live it fully.
Cheers to your life.
Yeah,
That was my
definitely.
tip.
That's why we're gonna say cheers to your life.
Yeah, that's why. Keeping a positive side about the whole thing.
I think the only positive attitude my parents had towards me concerning the social media was turn off the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So
it's a
you
great-
so you either turn off the Wi-Fi or you can just stay in your room and do nothing. So yeah,
'Cause they
that's the
knew
only
it.
positive thing that was done, and thank God it was done.
Yeah.
I think Mehdi has something to say about this, right?
Social media?
Yeah.
I can't really because
You're an addict.
I'm the guy, addicted to my 18 friends on Facebook.
Yes.
So much.
Indeed.
Unlike me.
I don't even know what Instagram is.
Lucky you.
This is so
Lucky
weird
you,
to have
Maggie.
someone
Like for
this.
sure.
Do you guys still exist? I mean, you don't have Instagram?
Yeah, me and my
How
father.
old are
we
you?
do.
Are you 300 years old? Oh, right,
Yeah.
perfect.
My father has a Facebook and even his name's false. Actually. He made a
Don't
typo.
tell me he's posting the picture of a flower or a
No,
garden.
he made a typo in his name and he still doesn't know. I never told him.
Oh
about
my
it.
god.
Really? That's so good. So, as we said, social media is not the mirrors of our life. However, JT, Justin Timberlake, has a different kind of mirrors, and we're going to listen to it right now.
Aren't you something to admire? Cause you shine at something like a mirror, and I can't help but notice you reflect in this heart of mine. If you ever feel alone and the glare makes me hard to find, just know that I'm always very loud on the other side. Cause with your hand in my hand and a pocket full of soul, I can tell you there's no place we couldn't go. Just put your hand on the past, I'll be trying to pull you through. You just gotta be strong. I don't wanna lose you now. I'm looking right at the other half of me. The biggest see the set in my heart. There's a space and now you're home. Show me how to fight for now. And I'll tell you, baby, it was easy coming back into you once I figured it out. You were right here all alone. It's like you're my mirror, oh, my mirror. into one. Cause it's like you're my mirror. My mirror staring back at me, staring back at me. Aren't you something and original? Cause it doesn't seem really as simple. And I can't help but stare, cause I see true summer in your eyes. Ooh, I can't ever change without you. You reflect me, I love that about you. And if I could, I would look at us all the time. Cause with your hand in my hand and a pocket full of soap, I can tell you there's no place we couldn't go. Just put your head on the past, I'll be trying to pull you through. You just gotta be strong. I don't wanna lose you now. I'm looking right at the other half of me, but they can see the set in my heart. There's a space and now you're home. Show me how to fight for now. I tell you, baby, it was easy coming back into you once I figured it out. You were right here all along. Oh, it's like you're my mirror. Oh, my mirror staring back at me. Oh, I couldn't get any bigger. Oh, with anyone else beside me. Oh, and now it's clear as this promise that we're making two reflections into one. Cause it's like you're my mirror. Oh, my mirror staring back at me, staring back at me. Yesterday's history. Oh, tomorrow's a mystery. Oh, I can see you looking back at me. Keep your eyes on me, baby. Keep your eyes on me. I don't wanna lose you now. I'm looking right at the other half of me, but they can see the set in my heart. There's a space and now you're home. Show me how to fight for now. You show me, baby. I tell you, baby, and it was easy coming back into you once I figured it out. You were right here all along. It's like you're my mirror. Oh, my mirror staring back at me. Oh, I couldn't get any bigger. Oh, with anyone else beside of me. Oh, and now it's clear as this promise that we're making two reflections into one. Cause it's like you're my mirror. Oh, my mirror staring back at me, staring back at me.
Only the best.
So, welcome back. This is an hour off, and this is Amal again. And now it's time to talk about movies and series with Mehdi. To watch or not to watch?
To watch or not to watch?
Yeah, so to watch or not to watch, very simple principle, guys. I'll read you the synopsis of the movies, and we'll see if you're interested in watching it or not.
Okay.
Sounds
Very
great.
good. We'll start with the first one. It's Syria, actually. So, a young man moves from his province into a big city to be closer to his girlfriend and to have an internship at a reputable company. He struggles to find a room with the little savings that he has, until he finds a suspiciously cheap room with a shared kitchen and bathroom with other residents, only to discover that the residents hide a murderous routine in which he's trapped.
Oh,
So,
look at that.
would you watch this or would you
Creepy, so creepy.
Yeah, I would watch that. It's a thriller.
not? So, yeah, this is a Korean series, actually, called Stranger's Hell.
Ooh.
Okay.
And it's, believe me, I watched it from the first episode to the last. I couldn't even stop.
Oh, God.
It's really amazing.
How many episodes, sorry?
It's 10 episodes.
Oh.
It's
So-
only one season. It's full. It's one season.
Cool.
And it's great. It was very well received by critics. It has a 7.9 score on IMDb.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
actually,
Yeah,
it's
it's
actually
the
very
thing.
high. It's
Yeah.
actually one of the highest.
Yeah, Korean cinema,
Yeah.
Korean is
Yeah.
doing good,
Yeah.
great lately.
Also
Lots of
Chinese.
I think it's one of the best.
Paradise.
Yeah.
I really think it's one of the best. Strange as Hell, and you should really watch it.
The next one.
This is gonna be a good one. So, and the lead detective investigating the biggest crime organization in the country falls victim to a scheme where he's framed for the murder of his wife. He's selected to become a member of Rugal, which is a special unit.
Okay.
He gains 2 artificial eyeballs because during the murder of his wife, they gouged out his eyes.
Oh my god.
Poor guy.
That's horrendous. That's really horrendous.
And the unit will work into bringing down the criminal organization.
Oh my
Would
goodness.
you watch or would you not watch?
I'll
Not
skip that.
watch.
Me too. I'll skip it
Really,
now.
just because of the
skip
eyes
it.
thing? Not too
Yes.
bad because it's very, very, very good. 16 episodes only, one season, full, very long episode, 1 hour, I guess.
Oh,
But it's really great. It has been also received very, very well by critics. Made really beautifully.
and the name?
Rugal has a score of 6.4 at IMDb. I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomato doesn't score any Asian series.
Oh,
that's
really?
great.
I didn't know
It's
that.
only IMDb.
Why they're just sticking to not just
They're
going.
not really famous.
No.
Okay.
Even though they're perfectly done.
Yeah, they are.
And I truly think Asian cinema is better than Hollywood.
Maybe it's a matter of orientation. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
like
relative, it's relative.
yeah.
So yeah, I'll watch this again. Here's one for you, Farah. You'll like it. It's sci-fi.
Oh,
An astronaut and a space crew.
I'll watch it.
So, an astronaut and a space crew are on a mission to investigate the origins of an alien artifact that mysteriously appeared on Earth.
Okay.
And as the crew attempts to search for the alien intelligence, they face inexplicable horrors that might signal the end of their mission. Would you watch or would you not watch?
I would watch. Definitely. It's a
Definitely.
discovery, so I would go to watch it.
Would you,
Yeah.
Amal?
Yes. Because I
And-
have a dictator as a sister, and she will make me go with her to.
So she will watch it.
She's a bit like me.
Amal.
She watches. I think you do watch all the sci-fi shows, right?
Not all of them. Not all of them.
I do.
The
I do.
Mandalorian. Amal
I
watched
do,
it.
and unfortunately, this was one of them that I had to watch, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was really terrible.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. This is one of the lowest scores I've ever seen in Rotten Tomatoes. 6%.
Whoa.
6%.
There is no lower than that.
Oh,
Like seriously.
It's alright, we will watch it.
yeah. We watch it.
Just-
Yeah. It's not.
yeah.
60% of audience
Yeah.
Solid.
is the score. It's an okay score, but seriously, I watched it and it's quite terrible.
I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. Come on. Let's not
So
be
it's not to
judgmental.
watch.
It's not to watch. Honestly, it's not. It's a mess.
Not even promoting it.
Not even promoting it.
Shall we do movies now?
Yes. Be my guest.
Good. Okay, first movie. And it's gonna be a good one. The members of a poor family scheme to become employed by a wealthy family by infiltrating their household and posing as unrelated, highly qualified individuals.
Wow. Is this philosophical story or something like that?
It is.
Yeah.
It kind of is.
It kind of
Going to
Kinda is.
postmodern.
I really didn't get the plot.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's
to
a
be
bit
honest.
like Paradise.
It's okay, I'll explain to you. It's, let me tell you first, the name of the movie is Parasite.
Parasite. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's alright, man.
said
Now you got it.
Parasite.
Yeah, it's alright.
Parasite.
It's
I
definitely a watch movie. A watch movie.
Yeah, we
It's
saw
more
it.
than
It
a
won,
watch
by the
movie.
way.
Oscar.
Yeah, no.
It won Best Picture, Best Director, Best
Yeah.
Original Screenplay, Best International Featured Film.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
got 8.6 on IMDb. You definitely should watch.
Of course we
watched it.
did.
We did.
But the way you just introduced the
Yeah,
plot
it
and
was
they
really,
seem like,
really
That's
okay.
the point. I'm
so
trying to deceive you guys.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
think because it's like
So you'd watch? You already watched it?
We
All of
already
you?
saw it.
to watch
Yeah.
again,
So
again,
it's
again,
to
again.
watch, to be recommended even
Good for
to
you. I'll watch it
to the
again, just-
auditors.
Next one.
Next movie is was very difficult for me to write. Yeah, it was,
Chinese.
It's not Chinese. It's American.
Okay.
All right, listen to this. Dylan and Leah are two childhood friends who vow to stay together forever, but they're unfortunately separated by the fact that Leah moved out. Later in life, Dylan falls into a tragic accident from which he survives by the power of the magic of a magical stone and thanks to the talented doctor attended to him. Dylan is also a very successful writer and he's working on a project that will really bring him all the tragedies in life. His project is an expose exposing the corrupt leaders of his life. And it will go really downwards. his wife will commit suicide, his friend will commit suicide.
Oh my god.
But happily, he'll find his best friend, and he will be very happy.
At least there is something good about this. Everybody's
There's always something good. So,
I did.
would you watch or would you not watch?
No, I'll pass.
I think it's depressing. I would not watch.
Me
I
too.
would like to
Sorry.
watch. I really would like to watch. I'll try to give it a try because
Yeah.
I'll tell you
seriously,
something.
It's a friendship
I
thing, and
want-
it's my kind of field, you know, the friendship stuff. Yeah.
I'll tell you, this is officially the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Not to watch.
Yeah, not to
I
watch.
thought
to
I would
watch.
give it a try. I mean, seriously.
Wait. The name of the movie is Fateful Finding,
Okay.
made by Dean Breen.
Okay.
Very unconventional movie. You should know that Dean Breen wrote the movie, directed the movie, cameraman, songs,
Okay.
lead actor. The casting too he did.
The key grip too. I think
He did everything.
The key
He did
grip.
everything.
It's not his movie. It's his house. It's his house.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
So when I watched it, I literally thought it was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
So I looked up a few things about it,
Uh-huh.
and it was officially voted the worst movie ever made.
Okay, so you're right. You're right on that.
But
yeah.
I'll tell you something. I'm not going to tell you this is not to watch. This is definitely a watch
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's the blueprint on how not to do a movie.
Ah.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
You should really watch it.
okay.
You will learn a lot about how to do a movie. or
Okay.
how
And not to
it.
do a movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Avoid things.
So yeah, that's Fateful Finding. Please watch it. You will
Please
hate
not
me, but
watch it.
please do. Please do.
All right, you got another one?
Last movie, guys. This is my baby. So Johnny is a man who has it all. Great friends, a good job, a beautiful fiance. But this fiance actually masks the fact that she's looking to bring Johnny down. And her manipulations are really tearing Johnny down. As Lisa informs her cancer-ridden mother that Johnny hit her, which he didn't, by the way. And she's also cheating on him with his best friend, which
Ooh.
will bring at the end the tragic suicide of Johnny.
Oh.
It's all about complex
Oh.
relationships.
Would you
Yeah.
watch? Or would you not watch?
My life is already complicated, and I need to watch this movie to make it even more complicated.
Yeah, it's tragic.
I mean,
It's tragic,
seriously?
man.
Yeah.
I'll
I
tell you
don't know.
something, and
No, I'll skip
many
it.
of the listeners will know the name, I guess. The movie is named The Room.
Okay.
Did any of you
Yes.
hear of it?
Yes,
Yeah, we
yes,
watched
yes,
it.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we watched it, but yeah. But the kind of how you describe it is a little bit different from the way I remember it.
So The Room has been officially voted second worst movie ever made.
And it's your baby.
He's using a
It's your
suspense, like he's
I
using
think-
a suspense technique. He's just describing the thing, you fall for it, and then he say, "Okay, it's the worst." That's okay, thank you.
I'll tell you something, I call this my baby.
Okay, why?
The movie was an absolute success.
Yeah, commercially.
It was so bad
Uh-huh.
that it became so good.
Okay, you got it. You got it.
Since,
I did.
tell you
I
something,
did.
since 2006, the movie airs every year, everywhere in the world, and sells all the tickets.
The Room.
Exactly.
We're talking about The Room.
We're talking about The Room.
James Franco did the remake.
Disaster Artist,
yeah,
yeah.
Disaster
Yeah,
Artist of the maker. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's like,
I'll tell you,
that's
it was so
shocking.
bad, it became
So good.
so good. And it's actually hilarious. Huh? You should, don't watch it alone, you will see that it's bad. If you watch it with friends, it will be a blast.
Okay.
All right.
You
I'll
seriously
give it
should.
another try.
To watch or not to watch?
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you
Maddie.
for these recommendations.
Oh,
I'm
you will have a
definitely
lot
not gonna watch
more.
any of the
Yeah, I
things
can
that
wait.
you said right now. I'm not gonna watch any of that. All right, so we're gonna go with the song. I get back to you.
I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Yeah, we'll be counting stars. I see this life like a swinging vine. Swing my heart across the line. In my face is flashing signs. Seek it out and ye shall find. Old, but I'm not that old. Young, but I'm not that bold. And I don't think the world is sold. I'm just doing what we're told. I feel something so right, doing the wrong thing. And I feel something so wrong, doing the right thing. I could lie, me feel alive. Lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard, said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard, said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Hey. I feel your love and I feel it burn down this river every turn. Hope is our four-letter word. Make that money, watch it burn. Old, but I'm not that old. Young, but I'm not that bold. And I don't think the world is sold. I'm just doing what we're told. And I feel something so wrong. We're doing the right thing. I could lie, could lie, could lie. Everything that drowns me makes me wanna fly. Lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard, said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard, said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Oh, take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river, the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river, the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river, the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river, the lessons I learned. Everything that kills me makes me feel alive. Hey, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard, said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard, said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Watch it burn, sing in the river, the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sing in the river, the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sing in the river, the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sing in the river, the lessons I learned.
So we're back. Welcome to an hour off. Hello, guys.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hello. So I hope you liked the song.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so next we have.
You should look. You should see. You should. Sorry, Katya. You should see the face of Mehdi because he
Great
wants
song.
to put
I
his
love
own
it.
choice.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
great.
next time, Mehdi. Sorry.
I know that he's gonna choose metal songs or rock and
Yeah.
roll or something so weird because I know that. I'm so sure about it.
You'll be surprised.
Really? It's just
Surprises
Justin
next
Bieber.
week.
Why not?
I listen to
Oh
him.
man, look at
I
that.
like him.
He's very humble.
Yeah.
Definitely. So it's time right now for Truth or Dare.
Truth or dare?
So every week we're just gonna try to pick a truth or a dare, and we're just gonna try to play it, together. So
Dare, do a backflip.
back, yeah, seriously, man. Okay, so today we're gonna have this small game which is called Explain the Proverbs. So the first proverb we have: beggars can be choosers. So we start with Mehdi because he's the only guy here.
Ooh, you get the hard job.
Yeah.
What?
So just give me
Subverted
some
the
hints about it.
protocol.
Yeah,
How did you see
will
it?
see that I'm really good at explaining proverbs. What was it again?
Beggars can be choosers.
I agree.
How is that?
No, you have to explain it, not
So
agree
explain it
it.
to us. Come on, dude. What do we mean by beggars can be choosers?
Is it like if you're in trouble, don't be too picky?
Yes.
Something like that?
That's spot on.
I'm surprised at myself.
Wow,
Yeah,
genius.
because when you are begging, you cannot ask for the kind of help you are getting. Definitely. So yeah, you get the score, the first score.
Good for you. You get points.
I'm richly surprised.
Yeah.
I understood this one.
He's really surprised that he understood this one. Second one, let's go with Afif. A watch pot never boils.
I agree.
So when you are watching too much the pot, it never boils. Like we're doing the popcorn. So when we say don't watch too much the popcorn when it's popping.
So it's like a matter of concentration. Do not ever over concentrate on something
Yes,
like that.
indeed.
Maybe you lose the
Yes,
threat.
it's actually the same in our culture as the British culture when we say watch pot never boils. So you don't get to see the boiling of the pot
Okay,
when you are really watching and focusing on
maybe
it.
I can use it because this will help me a lot. Because whenever I'm like focusing on doing something, I overfocus. Like in a way, I just get scared to lose it. Exactly. So maybe it's a good recommendation.
Yeah.
So it was
I'm
a
writing
good choice,
this.
Emma.
And
Thank
you're
you.
writing this.
Yeah,
think
because I
it's gonna-
really didn't understand anything.
So Betty, when you are focusing too much on something, it doesn't really happen. You're gonna lose the track of time. You're gonna lose the track of your concentration. So you really want to give it a break. So that's why in the British culture they say a watch pot never boils.
Where is the pot in all this?
The pot, I think it's a pasta pot.
Maybe it's a metaphor.
It's your head.
It's not going with the attraction law, because attraction law is saying if you focus on something too much, you put too much emphasis on it, it
Yes.
ends up happening.
Yeah, and end up losing it.
But
Really?
yeah,
Yes.
Because I think if you want
yeah.
something, you should
Yeah.
really obsess
should
about
go
it.
for it.
That's how it is.
Being
full
obsessed
speed.
with something, really, it's devastating.
But I'm
And
taking it, Amal. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, it has to be my new philosophy to succeed the stuff I just have in mind.
Yes, definitely. So the last dare that goes for Farah.
Yeah.
It never rains, but it pours. So it never rains.
Yeah.
It is desert,
Yeah.
and then when it pours, it pours.
I think this means when you have some good or bad news, they came at one pile, at one stock. Yeah, they just came at one time, all of them at once.
Yeah, all bad things come together.
Yeah. That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
You
that
guys
was-
are geniuses.
Thank you, I
Trying
know.
our best.
Yes.
Oh, well.
Truth or dare?
Well, thank you so much for today's dare. Well, next week we're just gonna pick a truth, and it's gonna be so much fun because I know you guys have a lot of things to say.
I will
Yeah,
definitely
sure.
not lie.
Yeah.
True.
Yes,
definitely not
definitely.
lie.
But not
yeah.
the ugly truth, huh? Have you watched the movie, by the way?
No.
Yes,
Oh,
the men and
It's a
the
must
women.
watch.
Yeah.
Gerard Butler, he did great.
Yeah,
Yes.
Gerard Butler, yeah. Catherine Hegel. Yeah,
Yeah, I love
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
She's my favorite.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go with a song and get back to you.
Okie dokie.
Thank you.
I get the blues, I get high, I'll explode like dynamite, and I cry till the dust settles down. I guess I'm hard when I'm soft, and I'm cold when I'm feeling high. Sometimes I guess things just happen too fast. Forget what I said, forget what I did. It's not what I meant, so can you forgive? It's just came out wrong, I'm taking it back. Forget what I said. Yeah.
Welcome back. It's an hour off. Farah will fly us to space and silence with her rocket science.
Rocket science.
Thank you, Amal. Well, I'll start with news about COVID-19. Officially, I'm not going to start with science news because that's the trending now in science, where there is a new drug. It's a low-cost drug of COVID-19. The drug's name called dexamethasone.
That's a long name.
Yeah, I can barely spell it. This drug actually shows promise result in treating COVID-19 patients. The drug officially originally used to treat asthmatic problems and chronic obstructive lung diseases. So actually they use it these days to patients who are on oxygen therapy, and it reduced the risk of death by a fifth. So it's actually good news when treating
Yeah,
I saw saw it
Yeah.
in BBC News like last night or night
Yes,
before.
yes.
Went
Was it the
viral.
British invention, Gars?
Yeah, I think it's a
'cause
British
it was
invention.
shared,
Yeah.
like it's discovered in the United Kingdom, like main hospital there. I don't know, St George or
Yes.
something.
Actually, the good thing is it's a very low cost drug, and it's actually has been tested.
£5 or something.
Yeah, it's been tested already on patient, and it shows really promising results. So it's actually good news for us when treating COVID-19.
Mhm.
Also, another good news when talking about COVID-19, the trending here in 2020.
I think 2020 is coronavirus.
Yeah, it's coronavirus
Literally.
equals. Yeah, what a year. So actually, there is this people with blood type O are less likely to test positive for COVID-19. So tell me, what is your
That's why I'm
blood
healthy.
type? Really, you
Yeah.
are. Yeah, you are lucky, honestly, because you are
we
less
switch?
likely. Yeah,
But I can sell it to you.
sell it to
And
us.
it won't be £5 only.
Nice. So actually, a biotech company conducted a large-scale survey that concluded that having the O blood type might reduce a person's risk, this is good for you, of getting infected when compared to other people with other blood type. So with a percent between 9 and 18%, you are less likely to have a coronavirus infection. Good for you, man. Really good
Thank
for
you.
you.
Yes.
I
I
envy
knew I
you.
was the chosen one. Yeah.
Yeah, I envy you.
You are
with
the
a-
luckiest one in 2020.
He's so
indeed.
humble. He's
yeah,
so humble.
so humble. I don't even know what my blood type is, honestly.
Actually, I know, but I forgot, Gars. It's all the time happening to me.
You
And
really?
You reminded me, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, well. Another news that we go a little bit to energy production, etc. So I chose this news that I found interesting. There is a new device can produce electricity using shadows. Woo, spooky.
Huh?
Yes, there is this in Singapore.
Is this Rick and Morty?
Rick and Morty all over it. Yeah.
And he's using the illusion of cinema into science
Yeah,
work. You know, this
yeah.
is real life, Betty.
It's real
Rick and
life.
Morty is science too.
Yeah,
I know, but
sci-fi.
It's real
yeah.
life, Rick and Morty.
So real life in Singapore,
Yeah.
where this scientist, his name is Sween Ching Tang. I
Okay.
hope I say his name right.
I think
Okay.
you're saying it right.
I hope.
Yeah.
It sounds right.
She will be the Asian specialty of saying
Names,
names.
Yes, in
yeah.
Chinese.
She's spelling them right.
Yeah, I hope. So this guy with his team, they have created a device called a shadow effect energy generator, where shadows and light could team up to provide power.
Wow,
Yeah.
impressive.
This is so
Very
intelligent.
What
Yeah.
they did is they actually placed a super thin coating of gold on silicon.
Mm-hmm.
And with this layer of gold, the shadow effect energy generator produces an electric current when part of the device lies in the shadow and the other part is in the light.
Mm-hmm.
So what they use is this contrast between light and shadows. The more it's big, the more it's greater, the more we have a current of energy. And it's amazing how they put this device, half of it in the shadow and half of it in the light, and with this difference in contrast, they produced energy.
That's really amazing.
Amazing.
Have they started to make it into production, or it's just at the
Yes.
invention level?
Yes, they are. They are.
they're
They
already
are. They are
started.
trying to stock energy using it,
Yeah.
and they are trying to increase the intensity of energy created via this
great.
device. Yeah, because
That's
it's a little bit low energy right now. The energy produced is low, so they try to increase the energy produced. So
Mhm.
yeah.
That's
They're
kind of
optimizing.
interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
The last news that I have, it's amazing. So there are physicists have reversed time on the smallest scale by using a quantum computer. My question is to you guys: if you went back to the past, what would you do? Start with you, Afef. Ladies first, always.
Okay. First of all, past which era? Because I have in mind like
Anytime,
two eras.
Anytime.
Okay, I was thinking about the 18th century,
Really?
like those,
Too.
yeah, the Elizabethan or the Victorian age,
Oh,
like
Victorian
those,
era.
the dresses and everything. I would be doing something with theatre and
Jane Austen.
opera if
Ah.
I were be back to time.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause
Interesting.
It's like I'm loving it when I read about, or just like the when I'm just picking up some novels or some films, I close my eyes and say, okay, if I were back to time, maybe I would be doing something in this. I'd love to.
Interesting.
Maybe I would have been meeting Shakespeare and asking him why he's complicated his place, because he tired me a lot when I was working on my thesis. It was really tough to decode, but it's
the reason
a
of our
lovely era.
failure.
Yeah. You, Mehdi, impress me.
If I went back on time,
Yeah.
I
Where
would
did you
kill
go?
Quentin Tarantino and make all his movies.
My goodness, he's having the criminal.
Yeah.
He is the best director ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
I agree.
You're gonna steal his ideas.
Exactly, since I know them by heart, so
Yeah.
I'll make them for him and I'll take it.
Yeah.
He will take the credit for it.
Yeah. You, Amal?
I'm just gonna go back to Jane Austen era and
my.
just gonna
So
live
lovely.
in Persuasion or one of her stories and just live there happily ever after. And I know Mehdi disagree, but that's
Yeah,
me.
that's the
and
most boring era ever.
Yeah, well, me, I go with boring.
They have cholera
It's
there
something
too.
we women, we
The
women only will
costumes
understand.
the costumes only are amazing. I mean,
I don't like her either. So yeah.
scientists.
Okay,
No,
be
yeah.
happy wearing
So,
the
you
dress
know,
for
This is
4 hours.
literature
Yeah.
versus
For
science,
science.
ma'am.
I would
It's
go.
obvious.
Yes.
I would go back straight to Einstein and just ask him to give me whatever formula he's just using, and I'll take the Nobel
I know
Prize.
it by heart, I'll give it to you.
You really?
Yeah.
Okay.
E equal MC2.
Yeah, because it's also
Yeah,
actually-
You're
MC
impressed,
squared,
aren't you?
Yeah. It's everywhere. So basically, these are my science news for you guys.
Rocket science.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Farah.
you.
Thank you. We're
Thank
just gonna
you.
go
Thanks.
with another song, Sam Smith. I'm not the only one.
Oh, I love
Okay.
it. Thank you for the choice.
I love it too.
Yeah.
You and me, we made a vow, for better or for worse. I can't believe you let me down, but the proof's in the way it hurts. For months on end, I've had my doubts, denying every tear. I wish this would be over now, but I know that I still need you here. You say I'm crazy, 'cause you don't think I know what you've done. But when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one. You've been so unavailable. Now sadly I know why. Your heart is unobtainable, even though God knows you kept mine. You say I'm crazy, 'cause you don't think I know what you've done. But when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one. I have loved you for many years. Maybe I am just not enough. You've made me
again to an hour of This is your host Amal, and we all know that without hope there is no life, something we will dig in deeper with Mahdi in his success story.
Success stories.
So we're talking today about Robert Downey Jr.
Success story today will be indeed about Robert Downey Jr., aka Iron Man, aka Tony Stark. And he's like the favorite Marvel
Character
character.
ever. Yes.
But you know, before becoming Tony Stark, Robert struggled for 15 years in drugs and alcohol.
That's
And he
sad.
even went through time in prison. It all started in the summer of '96 when a beyond drunk Robert Downey Jr. came home from a party and slept. Well, you would think that's the correct thing to do, but in this case, it wasn't his house. And it wasn't his bed. It was actually some guy's house he barged in, and he slept in his little son's bed. So yeah, this incident made him go into rehab by force by his best friend. He didn't like the idea. He escaped, went back to the consumption of drugs and alcohol again, and that led him into imprisonment for 3 years. And you would think that he would learn his lesson from that, but unfortunately, no. He went back to his old habits, and for 15 years, you know, no one would lend him any major roles. Because, you know, it's normal, he was quite unstable.
Yes.
Until he heard of the audition for Iron Man.
Oh.
And that was the point where he actually decided to turn his life around. And I'll tell you why he decided that, because this movie would be the stepping stone for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Of
Yes.
course.
You have to know that all the movies before Iron Man were not produced by Marvel. It was
Yes.
produced by other studios, and they were not happy with the profit they were bringing.
Yes.
So if this movie works, it would really bring a lot of change into Marvel. And it did, actually. The movie really did very, very well. Marvel Cinematic Universe today has one of the biggest and most profitable franchises
Yes.
in the world. And you will also notice that really Robert Downey Jr. was made for the role of Tony Stark. Huh?
Yes.
If you're a nerd like me and you...
We are.
Oh, good. So you read comics.
Yes.
Of course.
Not
me
read,
too.
watch.
Iron Man, seriously.
I don't know what happened to Stan Lee at that point, but he really drew Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
as
Yes.
Tony Stark. It
Yeah.
was him
Yes.
physically, personality point of view. It was him. It was the perfect fit actually, and it worked. It really worked.
I think he did the Charlie Chaplin
Yes.
Downey
The
Jr.
biography.
He did, yeah.
And it was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But it failed in the box office.
Well, that's
unfortunately.
usual, yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
But this was the stepping stone for him. Actually.
Yeah,
And
interesting.
he made it. He made it. It shows you actually, even with anything that happens in your life, just keep going.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Success stories.
That was the story for this week.
Thank you.
Thank you so
for
much. We're
sharing
going to go
it.
with a song and get back to you.
If you knew that you would die today, you saw the face of God and love, would you change? Would you change? If you knew that love can't break your heart, when you're down so low you cannot fall, would you change? Would you change? How bad, how good does it need to get? How many losses, how much regret? What chain reaction would cause an effect? Makes you turn around, makes you try to explain, makes you forgive and forget, makes you change, makes you change. If you knew that you would be alone, knowing right, being wrong, would you change? change? How bad, how good does it need to get? How many losses, how much regret? What chain reaction would cause an effect? Makes you turn around, makes you try to explain, makes you forgive and forget, makes you change. Makes you change. Are you so upright you can't be bent if it comes to blows? Are you so sure you won't be crawling? If not for the good, why risk falling? Why risk falling? If everything you think you know makes your life unbearable, would you change? Would you change? If you'd broken every rule and vow, and hard times come to bring you down, would you change? Would you change? If you knew that you could die today, if you saw the face of God and love, would you change? Would you change? Would you change? Would you change? If you saw the face of God and love, if you saw the face of God and love, would you change? Would you change?
Only the best.
Meanwhile, in Tunisia,
The world is facing hate crimes, global pandemic, climate change hitting its highest levels, inflations in world's economy. Meanwhile in Tunisia, a guy is convincing foreigners that Psisa is the potential cure for coronavirus, and the lady who just called her cat by a weird name, Fitfeta, is making the news. Well, first, never take a medical advice from a Tunisian, and please never ever watch a Tunisian pet rescue video because the voices and the names will stuck with you forever.
meanwhile in Tunisia,
Agree.
like during my sleep.
Yes, like during your sleep when you're eating everywhere.
in your ears.
So thank you so much, guys, for
Thank
joining
you.
me today.
Thank you.
and
Thank you for you, darling.
Thank you so much. See you next week on the same radio, the same time, with the same language.
See you.
See you. Bye.
Bye bye. Cheers.